Welcome to a special episode of Techopia Live, where I think we're going to be making some news of our own. That's a little bit of a switch, by the way. We have some big plans at Techopia in 2022, and today we're going to reveal some of them and talk to a new partner. Without further ado, let's bring on screen our special guest. Here is the managing partner of EY in Ottawa, Warren Tomlin. Hello, Warren.
How are you?
Great. I'm excited to have this discussion with you. And as I teased there, we're going to be talking about a little bit of news. But I want people to get to know you a little bit better, Warren. And I'm going to roll back the hands of time here, Warren, going back to the 1990s. I hope it doesn't date either of us. We were both around back then. But I think one of the cool things, your bona fides here in Ottawa's tech industry, is that you worked at Corel as a product manager of Coreldraw back in the heyday. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it influences what we're going to talk about shortly. But yeah, we're all given these career-defining opportunities, right? Early, hopefully, in our career, and so in the mid to late 90s, I was at Corel. What a incredible opportunity and incredible company, and I was given the incredible opportunity to be the product manager of Draw, which I learned so many things in such an accelerated time that it's, I'm thankful all the time for that opportunity, because it's really kind of enabled me to do all the things I want to do in my career so far.
And those were incredible days. We're not going to dwell too much here on Corel, but those were incredible days way back when, like the heyday of the company. And Coreldraw was a truly global leading product, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, it's a little bit, not just Canada, but Ottawa specifically. There's just been so many incredible tech companies coming out of Ottawa, and I don't even want to name them all because you invariably miss somebody, but it would be hard to not mention Corel as one of the early pioneers that put Ottawa on the map and really started to help Ottawa achieve that Silicon Valley North mantra that we had in the late 90s, and such an incredible company at an incredible time.
So true. And then your career path continued, Warren, to all sorts of great achievements. One of them that caught my eye is you were the president of an interactive digital agency in Ottawa, and then you became the CIO of IBM. Holy cow. It's a big job, Warren.
They're similar and perhaps not as dissimilar as you might think, right? I've just been really lucky, and to use an IBM phrase, I've been really fortunate to restlessly reinvent myself and my skills the whole way along. Like, clearly digital and innovation the whole way, but technologies come and go all the time. But what doesn't change is the need for organizations to remain relevant. And so Fuel was an incredible opportunity, a great Ottawa company that was at the forefront of reinventing experiences for us as consumers with advertisers, and IBM as chief innovation officer there. It was equally as incredible to figure out, how do we take this elixir of amazing technologies like Watson and analytics, and how do we combine them into something that really changes the way that we live, work, and play. And so both were incredible opportunities.
So you're bringing all of this experience to the table when you occupy the position of managing partner of EY in Ottawa. I want to turn our attention back to the city and its local tech scene. When you think of it, you've been in that chair at EY for a few years now, Warren. What are some of your observations on what's happening in Ottawa's local tech scene?
I think the short answer is I don't know, right? Which is a little bit why we're talking. Is, certainly if we go back to that Corel example, there were a lot of companies. It was a very, very exciting time to be in tech, and maybe it was before the pandemic, certainly through the pandemic. There are great technology companies in Ottawa. I just don't know that we hear about all of them beyond the headlines of the few. And so how can we get the tech stars, the darlings that we have here that are doing incredible things globally, and the next generation of those stars, and how do we put them together to figure out if we take this one with this one, we could have something even more formidable. Or if we take this one and give them perhaps better access and more oxygen, who knows what the outcome will be. So that's in part why I think we're talking with you today, Michael, is how do we not just benchmark all of these, but how do we help these incredible tech companies we have in what was called Silicon Valley North not so long ago, and bring it forward in hopefully in an exciting way.
Well, that is the perfect segue. Thanks for setting it up so nicely for me, Warren. So the news that we are sharing is that EY will be coming on board as a partner with Techopia in 2022 and beyond. And we're basically looking to level up the project and deal with some of the issues you dealt with there. So, Techopia is providing that kind of day-to-day reporting, but I think we are in a bit of a different environment these days where there aren't so many established flagships. We know of a few big ones in town, and they're well known, but it's really, bringing a little bit more exposure and understanding about that next generation of tech firms. What are some of your thoughts on us working together and what we're seeking to achieve here, Warren?
My sense is that, social platforms and the internet has made, in some ways, startups' lives easier, right? By giving them access to customers, giving them ways to market and promote themselves in ways that weren't possible even 20 years ago. That said, that creates a lot of noise for them to navigate through. And my hope is, and our hope is working with OBJ and building on, I think, the great work that Techopia has done to date, is how can we bring other partners to bear, and how can we figure out the best way to give these really incredible technologies and really incredible startups access to perhaps more capital, access to larger markets, help them break through the noise to get to the next level. And so some of that will be simply through channels like this that we're on today. Others will be perhaps having them meet with other tech leaders and established tech leaders in town to help benchmark them and give them greater exposure, and just really try to bring all of us to bear and provide a exciting vision for Techopia as the first step in that journey of bringing that Silicon Valley North swagger back to Ottawa.
Love it. And this is almost like a bit of an open invitation. In fact, we will be, if you're one of those tech leaders in Ottawa, inviting you to connect with the Techopia and EY, come to some, hopefully pandemic pending, face-to-face in-person events at your beautiful Wave space, and start that discussion and start building, as you said, a little bit more of a strategy and a rollout plan. So listen, Warren, I want to thank you very much for working with us. We're very excited to see what this project brings. We've teased elements of it, but certainly there's more news to come. So thanks for joining us today, Warren. Appreciate your support and of you and all the colleagues at EY.
Yeah, and thanks to you, Michael, and the OBJ and all the great work you do in the city. And let's see if we can work together to help bring that oxygen back to Ottawa.
All right, that's Warren Tomlin, the managing partner of EY in Ottawa. And as we bid him adieu, let's take a look at some of the ways to connect with Techopia. Techopia is brought to you by many great sponsors, such as EY, building a better working world. Number Crunch, offering virtual CFO services for SaaS companies. Pearlie Robertson Hill and McDougall, a leader in business and technology sector law. TD Bank, specialized programs for technology companies. The University of Ottawa Faculty of Engineering, creating the next generation of technical talent. Calian, innovative solutions delivered with integrity. Techopia is not only a podcast, we post new articles daily at obj.ca/Techopia. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, you can find Techopia at Techopia OTT. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe and click the bell icon. So So a reminder, you can connect with us on all those social media channels, and there's going to be more news coming up that we want to share with EY. We're going to send out some invitations, some key tech sector leaders to join us in kind of reshaping this and building some momentum. And as Warren said, I love that term, adding more oxygen to the technology ecosystem. That's all the time we have for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and hope to see you real soon. Bye-bye.